This is Layla. Layla is a student at a university. Layla has a friend called He. He goes to the same university, but they're not in the same program. He is in the computer science program while Leela is in the nursing program. They became friends when they were freshmen. They both lived in the same dorm and they hit it off right away. But now they live off campus together in an apartment and they're juniors. They have been through a lot together and they're thick as thieves. Lately, though, their friendship has been put to the test. Lee has been acting weird ever since she met this guy, Kevin. Kevin is in Lee's major, computer science. He's actually a senior, so he's a little older than Lee and the others. He transferred to their school last semester, so he's pretty new. Lee and Kevin met in one of their classes together, and it didn't take long for them to start dating. Lee would always come home from dates with Kevin with the biggest smile on her face. It was cute to see her like this because it was clear that she liked him so much. Laia would tease her about him, and sometimes she would get embarrassed and tell Laia to stop. Laia knew not to push it after that. One night, Laia was hanging out with He in their apartment. They were eating takeout and watching a show together. Suddenly, He's phone started ringing. She excused herself to go to the other room to answer it. Laia saw who the call was from on the caller ID. It was Kevin. She couldn't help but ask, "Is Kevin calling you?" He stopped and thought for a second. No, it must be a wrong number," she said, lying. Laia knew she was lying. She knew that Kevin and he had been talking before. When he came back, she tried to change the subject, but Laia wasn't having it. She asked He if everything was okay and if she needed to talk about something. He seemed surprised that Laia knew about the calls. "How did you know? Did Kevin tell you?" Laia shook her head and said, "No, it just shows on the caller ID." "Oh, it's nothing," he said. Laia could tell that she was hiding something, so she pressed her for more answers. He sighed. She knew she couldn't hide it from Laia anyway. So she explained that Kevin had been calling her and texting her, and that she was starting to feel uncomfortable with it. Laia was shocked. She couldn't believe that his own boyfriend was hitting on her best friend behind her back. She was furious. The next day, Laia confronted He about it. She told her that she should break up with Kevin, but he didn't want to do that. She said that she liked him and that she didn't want to break up. Laia was disappointed. She thought that he would do the right thing and end things with Kevin, but she didn't. So Laia decided to do it for her. She went up to Kevin and told him that he was breaking up with him. She didn't care if she upset him or not. She didn't like him anyway, so she wasn't afraid of him. Kevin was angry when he heard this. He started yelling at Laia and she yelled back. She didn't like the way he was talking to her. So she gave him a piece of her mind. "What? You think you can talk to me like that? I don't think you know who I am. I am his best friend, and I won't stand by and watch you treat her like this. If you don't want my friendship, then fine, but don't complain when he leaves you. You deserve it." Kevin was taken aback by her words. He hadn't thought about how he would feel about all this. He had been so caught up in himself and his own feelings that he hadn't considered hers. He looked down and mumbled an apology. Laia accepted it and walked away. Laia didn't talk to Kevin again. She still wasn't happy with him, but she didn't need to be his friend. She had He, but Laia was worried about He. She knew that she wouldn't be able to hide the breakup from Kevin forever. And when he found out that she was the one who told Laia, she was sure that he would be furious with her. Kevin was a proud guy and he wouldn't take the breakup well. Laia knew that he was strong and she would get over Kevin eventually. But right now, she needed her best friend. As the days passed, Laia tried to be there for He as much as she could. She knew that he was hurting and she wanted to help her feel better. One day, Laia and He were studying in their apartment when Kevin showed up. Laia was furious. She wanted to yell at him and tell him to leave, but he stopped her. "It's okay, Laia. I can handle this. Laila wasn't sure if she believed that, but she didn't want to make things worse. So she stayed quiet and watched as he confronted Kevin. He was angry, and she told Kevin off for what he had done. She told him that she didn't want him to ever contact her again. Kevin was begging her to forgive him, but she wasn't having it. Finally, he left. He broke down in tears as soon as he was gone. Laila rushed to her side and hugged her. "I'm sorry, Laila," he said. "I never should have listened to you. You were right and I was wrong." Laila hugged her tighter. "It's okay, I'm just glad that you're okay." He knew that Laila was right. She had been in the wrong, but she didn't know what to do about it. She liked Kevin and she didn't want to break up with him, but she couldn't keep living like this. She was tired of the lies and the deceit. She finally broke down and told Kevin the truth. She told him that she was breaking up with him and that she didn't want to see him again. Kevin was devastated, but he knew that she was right. He had messed things up and he didn't blame her for breaking up with him. He apologized to her for what he had done and promised to never do it again. But he wasn't interested in getting back together with him. She told him that it was over and that she needed him to move on. Kevin knew that she was serious, so he left without another word. After Kevin left, he felt a weight lift off her shoulders. She was finally free of him and she could move on with her life. She thanked Laila for being there for her and for helping her see the truth about Kevin. Laila smiled and said, "You don't have to thank me. I'm your best friend." "That's what I'm supposed to do." He hugged her tightly. "I know, and I appreciate it. I'm so glad that you were there for me." In the end, everything worked out for the best. He and Laila's friendship was stronger than ever and he was finally free of Kevin.